This channel is for immature audiences only. It is not for children, only for childish adults. We might play some video games that kids also like, but we say words like fuck and shit with alarming frequency and make crude, inappropriate, and morbid jokes all the damn time. Level 0 NPCs assumes no responsibility if your idiot spawn watches this and gets traumatized.
All right. Get the hell away from me. All right, I've got the nobles up. I just gotta get fucking, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got it. Level 0 NPCs.
I pre-warmed all the buttons at once, and I sent y'all a screenshot.
I saw, and I just reacted to it.
I saw.
Dreadful.
Yeah.
It
Not the most dreadful of them, actually. I thought I had a better screenshot prior to that, but I had misclicked and took a screenshot of the game screen as opposed to the OBS screen.
It made me
you get another chance in a couple weeks.
Sorry?
You get another chance in a couple of weeks.
Well, I'll get another chance tomorrow when I edit the videos.
Oh, true. Yeah, I guess you'll be able to see the... You're capturing all of this for posterity.
Indeed. Usually I just fast forward to the end of this sort of break and start listening and editing again, but sometimes if I remember.
Mm. So we'll get the worst one then.
Oh yeah, I'll scrub through and find the worst screenshot.
Well, good.
Please do. I'd love to see the very worst one that you found.
Mm-hmm. I'll do my best. I could probably recreate it. I know roughly the order I press the buttons in. I'm gonna try.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I would have to press all the buttons a lot faster, I guess, because they were queuing, and so they also started more quickly. So it'd be like...
Very disturbing.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
I don't know why earlier I called our friend Grace Claire. Maybe just because Claridile is a better name than Graceadile?
Oh, it certainly is. Okay, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to be. I'm ready to be all I can be.
I'm ready to go be and be all I can be.
Any of these moments that passes, any of these moments that passes could be the start of the episode.
It's true.
And there it is. We're back.
It's
Return to innocence.
Hey, everybody. Hey, listen, I hope you've been hanging on.
Hey.
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 How you doing?
I mean, I hope they've been hanging on. You guys refuse to tell people to stick and stay anymore. How will you know if they will?
Listen, we're all just trying to do what we can do, you know? We're all just trying to live our best lives. We're trying to make our way forward. We're trying to make our way downtown, walking fast. Faces past. And I'm homebound.
Faces past.
Is the statue that Gabriel's sitting in front of there a dragon?
Yeah, I see dragon or unicorn or like Pegasus.
I think.
Yeah, I was thinking Pegasus or
a Pegasus.
Hippogriff.
Pegasus. I think it's a wyvern.
Oh. Can we look at it and find out, or we have to leave that because this is a mailbag and we don't do gameplay?
We don't do gameplay in a mailbag.
We can look at it. We're gonna look at this. Yeah.
No.
A gargoyle.
It's a gargoyle.
None of us guessed gargoyle.
That's because it doesn't look fucking
I was gonna ask to see a
anything like
Goyledile
gargoyle.
real quick.
Yeah, Goyledile. It doesn't look anything like a gargoyle. That's why. And some people are like, well, what does a gargoyle look like? Because the gargoyles can look like... Fuck you. All right? That looks like a fucking dragon or a Pegasus or a wyvern. Okay? Gargoyle would be so low on the list. Go... You know what? I don't need you. If you're going to say that looks like a gargoyle, fucking hell. Anyway. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the mail badge.
Welcome back to the mailbag.
I hope you're all ready for this because God knows we are not. Okay.
Yay!
Episode 13.
We're here with Gabriel 14. And Grace Adile and the Draclia at the window.
Draclia at the window. Woo! Hey, you know what we should start with? We should start with we'll get things kicked off right with the Speakeasy Password. Yeah, that's good. That feels good. Yeah. Hey everybody, we only got one Speakeasy Password because we're all caught up like a bunch of keeners. You ready?
Keeners.
All right. This week,
I'm ready.
If you are, if you go up to an employee in the Middle Spoon on Barrington Street in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and you grab them by the arm and look them in the eye.
Like Gabriel Knight.
Yeah.
Like Gabriel Knight.
Grabbing them by the arm might not be appropriate.
Specifically says to do it in the email. I don't know what to tell you. Grab them by the arm, look intensely into their eyes, shake them a little, and say, don't do that. Don't do that. That which is not good for the beehive cannot be good for the bees. That which is not good for the beehive cannot be good for the bees.
I don't feel like that's accurate.
I mean, I think that's pretty
obvious. Can a thing that is bad for a beehive be good for the bees?
I don't think
so. Like a liquid medicine.
A liquid medicine.
I don't think it means anything, personally.
I think Julia might be onto something. We might be making a misstep here and scrutinizing it this closely.
I think this is something you would say about the environment, right? I guess that it's like, I think it's an environmental thing where that something that is not good for the place where you live cannot be good for the creatures that live there. I think that's what it's trying to say.
But is that what the statement said, though? It didn't say that.
That which is not good for the beehive cannot be good for the bees. And yes, it's true.
Yeah.
If you take it literally.
We only deal in literal interpretations.
It's not quite literally true because pretty regularly people do have to relocate beehives by pretty much destroying them entirely. So sometimes you can see videos online that are quite pleasing of people like talking about bees and finding the queen and then cutting up all the combs and like getting all the bees into a box and taking the bees somewhere. They're doing what they can for the bees. We can't just, like their job is to try to like save 1,000 bees that are really important and sort of dwindling in number. And while it is not good for the beehive, it is theoretically good for the bees because often those bees are in an environment that is not good for them, where they're next to a bunch of like nasty chemicals or they're in human settlements.
That ostensibly requires the destruction of the beehive, so that is a direct contradiction.
Yeah, you can outright destroy a beehive in a way that is in the best interests for the bees. That makes the bees healthier and more successful. That happens pretty regularly. Now, that's a problem with like humans. It's a problem with humans, like human spaces and human environments. Like we make these urban landscapes where like very little else can live. So we did create the problem, but extricating bees from those situations is like, that's pretty common. People do that every day.
Oh yeah.
Password denied.
We've heard worse ones.
Yeah.
I know what it's trying to say. I get what you're saying.
You could have used a better metaphor, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Or, I mean, even you could have said, like, what's bad for the bee colony can't be good for the bees. I think that still has problems, but it's probably slightly better.
I mean, I think this is really, really talking about where somebody lives and doing something like, yes, that is a very specific instance where, it's like, destroying Earth and putting us on another better planet. Is that good for our beehive of Earth?
I mean,
No.
if there was another better planet that we could colonize without all of the difficulties that would require, then maybe.
In this case, some creature would have to remove us, just like we're doing with the bees.
It would actually be best for humanity if we could colonize other planets, actually. That'd be awesome.
Yes. Thank you.
I had the best image of a giant alien. It's like blue shifted into the distance, reaching down into the sky with a big smoker to make all the humans sleepy. And then gently tweezing the human queen between two fingers and putting it in a box.
The king, excuse me. Well, I guess, there's different ones, yeah. Well, we got to decide.
They'd move us all, they'd shake us all into a box.
Not the Queen of England.
Queen?
Not the Queen of England. The Queen of humans. Yeah. It's the human that would cause all of us, unthinking, to scramble into a cardboard box in the sky.
I'm sad to say that the most likely scenario is this is like Taylor Swift.
No.
Which makes me very sad.
It needs to be somebody. It does need to be somebody. Yeah, I guess it does need to be someone of fertility age.
If you really wanted to get the most...
I mean, that's not even where I was going there, but...
If you just wanted to get the most humans in that box, then maybe, tragically, it might be.
Or the Pope.
I'm trying to think of a person who's, like, really, really universally beloved.
The Pope is beloved by millions, but maybe the most of anyone who could probably cause people to do things.
Is he the human queen?
I don't think he's the human
the Pope,
queen. I think...
Does the Pope inspire more people to follow them around than Taylor Swift?
Probably not.
No. I also don't. Yeah.
I think you
Are there more?
Yeah, because I mean, like the point of relocating the queen, of locating and relocating the queen out of the hive is that the rest of the colony will willingly follow her.
Honestly,
right? Due to following their pheromones and shit like that. So like, I'm just thinking the volume of Swifties out
is
there
more than Catholics.
I'm not gonna...
I mean, not necessarily more than Catholics, but like at least Swifties are that way voluntarily.
Well, that doesn't matter. That part, but I actually don't even know if that's true. Whether there'd be more Catholics than Swifties or what? I don't know which would.
I
be
also
more.
don't think necessarily every Catholic is Catholic in anything but name.
So I think you might have to split the queenhood up between Keanu Reeves, Dolly Parton, and LeVar Burton.
Interesting. So are they like...
I think that covers everyone. I think you got everyone with that.
It's a good gamut,
I don't know
for
if
sure.
That's true, but I mean, at least
not everyone.
You'd get the people that matter.
You don't love at least one of them?
It wouldn't get everyone, but I was going to suggest Lily Tomlin maybe for Queen of Humanity.
Ooh, that's a good one. It's a good one.
Voice of Miss Frizzle. Like, if Miss Frizzle told me to get into a box in the sky, I might consider it.
Same with Dolly Parton, honestly. If she told me to go, I'd go.
I feel like we're greatly overestimating the reach of all of these North American...
Well, that's what I'm saying. I was going to say, someone like Cristiano Ronaldo or something, like...
Yeah, Lily Tomlin really... There's a global majority out there, right? Like, mentioning Lily Tomlin and Taylor Swift as, like, potential queens of humanity is really not representing that global majority.
Taylor Swift, maybe.
Maybe.
Keanu Reeves, for sure. Everybody watches movies.
You had Reeves, Burton, and who was your third there, Matt?
Dolly Parton. Everybody loves Dolly. She's beloved.
North Americans love Dolly Parton. I would be willing to bet that there's a lot of people in other countries that have no idea who Dolly Parton is.
There's probably some blockbuster movie star in India that hundreds of millions of people are rabid for that we just don't know them about, right? So like
one of the people in the RR.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever, yeah. So one of those stars. Take your pick. Similarly, there's probably some like Chinese celebrity that also has hundreds of millions of people that would be rabid for them.
Yeah, that's true.
Jackie Chan.
I was going to say Jackie Chan.
I think. Okay, guys, we need a list of human queens.
Yeah,
Of human queens.
A definitive list of human queens.
when the giant alien tweezes that person gently into a cardboard box, they're looking to get the most humans off of this little damp ball.
Yeah. Who's the truly most international and well-loved star? I'm now leaning in Jackie Chan's direction, honestly. Because he's got China, he's got North America, he's got Japan.
It's hard to be more famous than Jackie Chan. It's really challenging.
Yeah. I wonder.
Is Jackie Chan more famous than Dwayne Jumanji Johnson?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
And like
Yeah, I
Beyonce-
do think
more
he has to
likable.
be. Yeah.
Beyonce is also very popular globally, but like
True. Yeah.
I
Beyonce's a solid,
yeah.
crack at Queen of Humanity for sure.
I would say Beyonce probably has more reach.
She is Queen
than
Bee.
Taylor Swift, probably.
Yeah,
I think Swift is too divisive.
I agree.
Possibly.
Because I wouldn't go if she was going. I gotta consider
That's
that.
what I'm saying.
You wouldn't go if Taylor Swift was
I
going.
think a lot of
They're
people
not trying to
would
get
feel
all the
that.
nerds, right?
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't get in the box to try to rescue, because again, we're bees in this scenario. We don't know that we're being rescued. All we know is they've taken our queen and we have to go get her back. Do I get in the box to rescue Taylor Swift? I don't know, man.
I do. Probably not.
No. I wouldn't. What about a K-pop group is probably...
But I'm
nowadays.
talking about the largest volume.
Yeah,
of
yeah, that's what I mean.
humanity
Yeah, that's
that would
exactly
be willing
it.
To follow Taylor Swift off to some other galaxy.
I don't really know my celebrities. I do feel like Beyonce is the better move than Taylor Swift in that case.
I do too, personally, but like,
I think she.
and I feel like she has more
Okay,
reach.
let me say this about Beyonce, is that I was talking to Dan on my stream the other day, and Beyonce is like when you look at the Spotify list, so I think if we wanted to like gauge this, you could like look at the Spotify list of like the most listened to like internationally artists, and we could just settle that pretty quick about in terms of that type of B to get, because I don't think Beyonce's that high anymore on that list. She's not even in the top 20.
But that kind of doesn't matter. She's sort of her music is kind of like secondary and tertiary to her own fame at this point. She can.
I think you're right about that. Yeah.
That's sort of true of Taylor Swift too. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Like I in a previous relationship, I had to listen to a lot of Taylor Swift to be up to speed on Taylor Swift's ongoings because my ex had a semi-dependent nibbling who would listen to a lot of Taylor Swift and felt very strongly about it. Now, I think there were quite a lot of interesting songs on there, right? I have no real like criticism of Taylor Swift's music, but I don't think the music mattered. I don't think the kid cared one. I don't think the kid gave shit one about Taylor Swift's music if you really broke it down.
So what did they like about the Taylor Swift?
Is there anything to like about Taylor Swift?
It was one of the approved things to
I
like
see.
in the cliques that the kid was a part of. That was really the size of it.
Right.
It's like a cult.
Peer pressure. Yeah,
You need a and I have to.
I was gonna
admit,
say, like,
I
she's just another billionaire. She's another fucking Musk or Bezos.
Yeah, Swift could have gotten on stage and killed an animal, and people would have screamed and clapped and stuff like that. I don't think it would have mattered what Swift did. I'm not saying that she's not a good singer-songwriter or whatever. I'm not really opining on that at all. I just think that wouldn't matter. I think that she could get up there, kill a deer on stage, and get the same response.
I like a few of her songs, but like, yeah, in general, I think she's also more famous than her music.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I guess my assertion is coming from the international angle. How many non-North Americans give a shit about Taylor Swift?
A lot.
Yeah. The whole planet
Oh,
is a
wow.
beehive. They're just trying to get as many people as they can. Most humans, who do you tweeze up first?
Like Western music gets played all over the world. and she gets played the most.
I don't disagree with you about that, but like, and I mean, like, it's been a long time since I lived outside of North America. So maybe like, yeah, Taylor Swift has entered the zeitgeist in Japan and other places. I know I was watching a variety show out of Japan and nobody could identify Taylor Swift on the show, and it was an episode that was aired like a couple weeks ago. So
I'm surprised Matt hasn't pitched Taeyeon as being Queen of Humanity.
That I think again that she's very localized. She might be good in Asia, like specifically like
I don't know who that is.
Japan and Korea specifically, but I don't. Yeah, she's my queen. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, Matt. Like if you like, Matt would get in that box for sure to rescue Taeyeon.
Yeah. Oh
The problem, like, I think Jackie Chan is really good. Jackie Chan's just the right kind of famous. Like, everyone sort of knows who Jackie Chan is. But that big sky hand did just beat Jackie Chan. Like,
yeah,
immediately. It just absolutely, he didn't stand a chance. What are we going to do?
Did he even beat him, or did he just, like, pick him up and take him away?
It just gently tweezed him and take him away. But Jackie Chan couldn't stop that from happening. How are we going to rescue Jackie Chan? He's Jackie Chan.
What about Morgan Freeman outside of the U.S.?
No, we can't let them take Morgan Freeman.
I don't see him being that
Morgan
famous outside the U.S.
I think everybody knows who Morgan Freeman is. Not everybody, but I think a good chunk of the world knows.
Yeah, I think he's well known.
Yeah,
and well liked.
And well liked. That's what it is too, right?
Non-controversial, mostly non-controversial.
Yeah.
I don't think he even.
Jackie Chan's a little more controversial recently.
Recently.
Yes.
I think there's a chance that the giant alien hand has to gently tweeze up maybe a dozen or so humans to really get mass.
Oh yeah.
Like I think it's probably
about
like
one queen. Which one is the most load bearing?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
You would have to. Yeah, humanity is more than one bee colony.
Like, do we have
all things considered?
Do we have a current like Michael Jackson, who is like famous across the world?
Yeah,
like
Michael Jackson, I think, is probably like if Michael Jackson was still alive, Michael Jackson would have been the queen of humanity.
Yeah, like you could go to Japan, you can go to like
I don't think there was anywhere around the world that Michael Jackson was not famous.
Everybody knows who Michael Jackson is.
Yeah.
But do we have one of those in 2026? Do we have a Michael Jackson? That's the only reason
Is that Taylor Swift? I don't know.
It might be Taylor Swift. But like, yeah, and I know,
like.
Then again,
Michael Jackson.
I've never listened to Taylor Swift's music.
Yeah, well, we've all heard it.
I know who she is. I have a distinct, visceral, negative reaction to her existence because I know that she is a billionaire.
She's a billionaire. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no good billionaires. She's not the first one. It's fine.
Yeah.
She's not the first billionaire, and she's not the first good one.
And I know that her fame comes from being essentially a nepo baby as well, right? Like,
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
However good she
didn't get famous by having Quincy Jones as his producer and stuff like that for the Jackson 5 and so on. But
however good Taylor Swift is or isn't at singing and songwriting is secondary because she did not get that rich by being a singer-songwriter. That's not how that works.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift is not a nepo baby.
Her parents are fucking bankers.
That's a stockbroker. Yeah, like that's not the same thing. Nepo baby means you got to be in the industry that you're in.
She wasn't living in her car,
No. But like nepo baby,
she had all of the money to become famous.
Absolutely. So for sure. Like I'll give you
and was like given like training and like professional production help from a very young age. Like
industry plant, I'll give you. But nepo baby, I don't know.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
She might not be in the literal sense a nepo baby, but in the sense that she comes from money.
She comes from privilege.
She's not whatever the real name of Hannah Montana was.
Oh my God.
Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus, yes. Yeah. Billy Ray Cyrus's daughter.
I will know things. Like I knew that, and then you asked, and it left my brain. It's a weird thing where sometimes when I try to access the information, it leaves.
Guys, let us know make a list of queens that you think.
Yeah, who would you nominate as Queen of Humanity
to get us all on board?
And like, if there was
the
a
Queen of Humanity,
who would you scramble into the cardboard box to rescue? That's what I want to know. Who would be the person? Who would be the person that
I'm
you
not even
scramble
sure
in that
it needs
box?
to be needs to be considered a rescue. Who would you follow into the box?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whose fate would you unite yours with? Wherever that box is going, I'm going with it because Lily Tomlin, voice of Miss Frizzle, is in there.
Not to mention all the other stuff she did. God, Lily Tomlin, she could. Yeah.
Oh, she's amazing. I'm just saying, being the voice of Miss Frizzle would be plenty on its own if that was all that she did. That isn't all she did, but that would be plenty.
Yeah. Again, I think that's why I also chose Morgan Freeman. And maybe every continent needs its queen.
That's kind of what I was getting at with saying like humanity is a series of bee colonies, not one alone,
Yeah.
What I like about this too is that this alien that is rehoming us, this is what it does, right? We're not the first colony. It's doing 10 of these a day, right? Like, we don't have to figure out what the Queen of Humanity is because it can spot it right away. Whenever I'm watching those beekeeper videos, find the Queen, and like I see her, and the person's like, "Oh, there she is. I see the Queen," and me, the viewer, can't see the Queen at all. And then they tweeze up a normal fucking bee that doesn't look any different from the other fucking bees. And like, there she is, I got her. And they hold it right up, and I'm like, yeah, that's a bee for sure, dog. And then they put her in a box, and then all the other bees follow in. It's going to be like that. We don't necessarily need to know who it is. We will know because the alien hand will tweeze our queen into a box.
A human beekeeper.
And we'll look and be like, that's our queen, how dare you?
Yeah, we'll just know.
We'll swarm. Yeah. We'll be climbing
over
each other.
There's also a non-zero chance that like none of us even know who the Queen of Humanity actually is. It will just be a visceral reaction.
It may actually explain why we haven't actually colonized other planets yet and are kind of slow it down on that, because she's just here. So we're just hanging. We're just chilling.
Exactly. But as soon as she gets tweezed and put in the box, it'll be like that shitty movie adaptation of World War Z with all the zombies forming zombie towers to get up over walls. We'll be like that. We'll be running over each other like the fast zombies getting in the box.
All right, I'm in. Look at that. We don't even need questions for this.
We just did like an hour on bees and humans as bees.
Well, I'm proud of us. Nice job, everyone.
Good job, us.
That which cannot be good for the beehive cannot be good for the bees. I see what they're saying, but there you go. Wait until we get moved to our new planet, everybody. Then we'll see. And you
make a good point, Matt. We have to take care of this one fundamentally.
Yes.
Like the shit we do to this planet is bad for all of us. If that's what that statement is saying, then point well made.
Yeah, and a beehive can also be a non-artificial beehive. They could have hives. They could have natural hives, and I think Anyway,
well, often the bee rescue things, it's because a natural beehive has formed in an unsafe place and has to be like our planet.
like our planet, yeah.
It's a bad place for a planet to be, and we're going to be gently rehomed. And then they're going to get all the humans off, and then they're going to cut the earth up like honeycomb and eat it.
Well,
just because it's going to go to waste otherwise.
They're going to eat the delicious honey inside the earth.
They're going to eat its delicious chewy nougat center.
The best way to do that, of course, is to move everybody without everybody being aware. Anybody being aware. So maybe that's already happened. We don't know.
Possible.
Just
all in a human zoo.
All in a human zoo.
Without even realizing.
All you got to do, like, as long as everything is pretty much the same, and it seems like it would be pretty easy to do.
Oh yeah.
If you know what your queen is, you could do that. Yeah. Just bump us into a different reality at that point.
Well, every Every time they gently tweeze up the queen, we get so angry we don't even remember.
Yeah, we don't even remember. Okay, let's get to some questions, y'all. You know. Ask a questions for Gabriel Knight. Questions for cousins of Canadian glory. Idras. Coming through every
Bringing
time.
the pain.
All the way from blustery, wintry Australia. Says to us. Winterful. Given the orphaned punchline, so I said rectum, I destroyed him. What would the setup be? There's many. There's many setups for that. It could be anything. But most of the time, it's just a story about a guy fighting somebody.
So it does come from a joke. Like, it's a real joke. It's just, it's been used only the punchline frequently. Like, just sort of told as shorthand for a funny joke.
Let's find the joke. Let's find the actual joke. I bet it's out there.
I mean, so I found it. Basically, and I think it's actually told in its entirety in the movie Black Sheep with Chris Farley.
Chris
and
Farley.
The joke goes, little Johnny's teacher asked him how his weekend was. Horrible. A car hit my dog in the ass, he said. Teacher corrected him. Johnny, we say rectum. And little Johnny replied, rectum? Damn near killed him.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah. That's the joke.
That's the whole thing.
A car hit my dog in the ass.
A car hit my dog in the ass.
Like, that's a hard, like, that's doing some heavy lifting for that setup for the joke, for the punchline. But, you know, whatever. I guess it's all right. I feel like I've heard a variant of that where it was a man saying, like, he got shot in the ass or something, like shot in the asshole or something like that.
Yeah.
Or someone got shot in the asshole or something like that. Wrecked him, damn near killed him.
There's all kinds of places where you can find rectum jokes.
There's only one.
No.
Per human?
Per human?
I mean, there might be more than one per human. Like, on average, the number might be higher or lower. It's hard to say.
It's an infinite amount.
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh. You gotta be
An
careful.
infinite amount of rectums?
Well,
You gotta be careful when you're looking up stuff for rectums on Google.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you
will see
Google
some
a
things.
thing with the with entirely like normal, well, not even necessarily normal, but at least innocent intentions, and not realize until like the moment you hit enter that what you had typed up absolutely had another connotation that you were not expecting.
DuckDuckGo is bad for that, I found.
Yeah.
What's that?
DuckDuckGo is particularly bad for that because, like, Google kind of a little bit knows what it's doing. Every now and then, an innocent Google search will turn up something shocking. But DuckDuckGo, I find, is like a hair trigger, where if you don't word something exactly right, it will show you something just awful.
It's search algorithm machine learning is less advanced, less elegant than Google's, I think.
Yeah.
But I respect that about them, honestly.
Well, they don't.
It's like, yeah, you're the one that Googled that.
Yeah.
You know? Well, it's said that Google.
I think that's why people like it.
Even active.
Is because it doesn't protect you.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't protect you. It's not. Well, it at least gives you the option of not engaging with LLMs and shit like that as well. So.
Beautiful question. Gorgeous question. Gorgeous question.
I could see a setup for that punchline in a hospital setting.
Yeah, lots of
Yeah.
rectum jokes.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure I've heard a variant of that
Talking about how
in a hospital setting.
Yeah, talking about a guy fighting and getting like kicked in the ass or punched in the ass or shot in the ass. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a classic. It's a classic.
Classique. So I feel like, like a doctor insisting that it be called a rectum is more likely than
yeah,
a school teacher telling a child that,
yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's me being weirdly pedantic about this kind of thing. So
Well, have you
I
met
understand
us?
this about myself. Yeah, exactly. Have you met me?
Also,
Do you know what I'm like?
the rectum's internal. The anus is external.
Yeah,
The car hit the dog in the anus.
Yeah.
yeah.
But that, yeah.
But you can't make a joke
Anus
out of that.
damn near killed him.
Love it. Great. Perfect joke.
Anus damn near killed us.
Oh my god, guys, we have a question from the PDR.
The PDR.
The PDR. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'll toss
right,
a
hold on.
question in. Oh. This is a good question. I like this question.
Okay. Let's have it.
If you were to become a paranormal investigator, what kind of setup would you want? Living in a bookstore as an author like Gabriel, who uses his books as an excuse to question people, a journalist like Carl Kolchak, who hears about strange murders on the job, or FBI chumps like Mulder and Scully. What setup would work best for your lives?
Work best for my life would be exactly what I'm already doing.
Yeah.
That would,
Yeah. If we could somehow get paranormal jobs from doing this, I don't know. We'd have to be much more popular. We'd have to start a paranormal
we'd be doing a
podcast.
different YouTube channel then.
Yeah.
That's really what it would be, I think. If we all of us started a paranormal podcast.
Yeah, I think it would just be Alex's the like paranormal YouTube channel premise, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that would be the best setup, where we go in and we sort of rely on like comments and a Patreon and people like, you give us something to investigate and we'll go investigate it.
There's an element too where we do this thing, level 0. We get together to hang out and we record this and we engage and stuff like that. We love doing it. We love our PCs listening. And we could probably make this into something bigger, but we would also have to like work harder at it. It would have to become like a job. Which like we all sort of have to work at other things on that, right? So like if we were to do like a big paranormal investigation thing, the cost of that is going around 2 places, right? There's like you need the stupid ghost hunting equipment, right? You need like film and you need like there's things that you need to do to make that happen that are just kind of expensive, and so you'd have to get a return on that. And I think you could do that by bringing something like sort of authentic and interesting and unique to the premise. That sort of if you build it, they will come sort of mentality. But it would have to be like an endeavor. It would have to be like a whole thing, I think.
Yeah,
I will say, like, if it's ROI, if we believe ROI is necessary, we should have stopped doing this show before we hit the 10-year anniversary.
Oh, no. But, like, this is pretty low effort. Paranormal investigation.
We don't have, like, travel
well,
costs.
yes, but it's low effort for all of you because you aren't spending the money on everything that I'm spending the money on.
That's
That's
true.
fair. You
That's
do
so
the
fair.
editing and the stuff like that.
You do the editing.
Yeah, I buy the software, I buy the hardware, I buy the video games we play.
I guess in many respects, a paranormal investigation channel would be more equal, because
Theoretically,
Theoretically.
or like if it was under the same sort of like structure that this is, then I would just be the equipment sugar daddy, basically.
yeah, You'd be the guy in the van.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I think
of the options listed, I like the bookstore. Like this bookstore is awesome.
The options listed, sure. Yeah.
But like
bookstores are great in general.
But for us in general, like what it would work, it would probably be a YouTube channel, honestly. And I think, let's assume this is a fictional thing, paranormal investigation thing, where there are actually things to investigate. Like if we actually got lucky enough to be one of the only YouTube paranormal investigators that actually like fought paranormal shit, I think we could make a shit ton of money.
I also like the idea of
it was real.
Even if we couldn't, the stuff alone on the channel would be enough.
I feel like knowing us, if there was a fiction about us being paranormal investigators, it would almost require us to be incapable of proving the veracity of it, and therefore like struggling at this like YouTube channel that only gets a few hundred views each, but we literally save humanity multiple times.
I like that. That's nice.
I feel like that's the level 0 NPCs experience.
That's our way. You're right.
Ghostbusters had something special with their firehouse, I think.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of us still being game developers, but in this fiction, we have a studio location where we all make games together.
Aww.
And then in between making games, we have to go fight ghosts.
That's good too.
Yeah. As just our sort of side gig.
Do we have like
thing we do
a co-working space that we share?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we go
we're video game developer / Ghostbuster WeWork.
And then we go out and we fight ghosts, and we get back. It's like, do you think that ritual that we had to do to banish that ghost would make a good puzzle for the game? And it's like, no, I think that's going to be too confusing for the player. And so it just doesn't get in the game.
Oh yeah, the premise is like you're a video game studio and you're going like on location to do research for like the game.
Yeah, that's good.
You make ghost hunting games because the kids love it on social media to play shitty paranormal investigation games. And so we go to haunted locations to get reference where there are real ghosts that we have to contend with. And then we come back and make paranormal investigation games for streamers to play.
I think that's your plot.
Yeah, I think that's really good.
Right,
it uses all our skills.
That could be a movie. I don't know if it could be a series. I think it would lose believability after like 5 episodes of the same thing.
Well, I don't know.
But a movie? Yes, I'm in.
You could do like seasons, and each seasonal arc is like we're developing one small game.
It's a different game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could.
First season is the first game. Second season is the game sequel.
Yeah.
And we'd have different co-working spaces because we'd be required to be in different locations based on whatever that new lead would be.
Yeah. We could do it.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's make it happen.
We only need to live in a world where ghosts are real. That's the only thing that's stopping us.
And to have millions of dollars so that we can make our own game dev studio and all still live with reasonable comfort without corporate backing.
Yeah.
Let's get on it. People do it all the time. People do it all the time. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I thought that would be fun to say, and it wasn't.
It quickly turned to bile in your mouth.
Quickly turned to bile in my mouth. Yeah.
Dust and ash on the tongue. Yep.
Yeah. Whee! All right.
Yeah. If that was just a thing that you could do, we'd be doing it.
So that's something that would fit our lives best. But what would be your ideal situation for being a paranormal investigator?
I think also that I like making video games. It's kind of my thing.
That's cool. I want to live on a blimp. that goes around the world.
I don't want to live on a blimp.
Oh, listen, man.
I feel like living on a blimp would be a drag.
That's because your imagination isn't running wild. My blimp has a pool. My blimp has everything I could possibly need. My blimp is full of whatever. And I don't have to put up with what's happening on the ground. I don't have to put up with international politics. If things are getting to be a bummer for me, I just take off. And I take whoever I want with me. I go from place to place, solving paranormal
Ghost-fighting
problems.
Sky Fortress.
That's a ghost-fighting Sky Fortress. Fuck
You're
yeah,
in
it
the
is.
sky equivalent of international waters. Your only allegiance is to the sky.
Exactly. And I'm such a badass that all the world governments are like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Don't do it. Also, the more paranormal
You need them
stuff
for the ghosts.
Well, this is it, right? Because we would have I know if I was on this like airship, I would have like ghost friends that would help me, friendly ghosts. Or
You're
like
sort of
demons.
like you're like a steampunk like Zeppelin pirate captain with a ghost crew.
Yeah.
It's sort of the Black Pearl but a blimp.
Yeah, and I would have like bound demons who would have to do my bidding, and so like, you know, no world government would want to fuck with me because I have all the paranormal power in my hands. But I'm doing it for good, you know.
You're sort of like John Constantine but in the sky.
Yes, I'm Constantine in the sky. Yes, that's
Sky
my ideal
Constantine.
situation. I'm going crazy. I'm gonna have guns. I'm gonna have somebody on my team who can invent paranormal weapons that affect the different paranormal creatures. So I'd have like a ghost gun. I'd have a vampire gun, a Dracula gun.
So you'd have like a revolver, and in each bullet in the chamber, one is silver, one is full of holy water.
It's like Van Helsing's stupid crossbow from the Hugh Jackman movie, except it fires a different thing. It's like frozen holy water, wooden stake, silver bullet.
And
exactly.
my blimp pilot is the best blimp pilot in the whole world, and he's a crocodile man, and he knows everything because he's from Egypt, and Egyptians, especially Egyptian gods, know intrinsically how to fly blimps. So he just knows it, and he's taken me all over the world, and I'm solving problems. Man, that's it. That's what I want. Let's do that. How do I get on board of that? I want to wear a cool coat.
You need to start with a sort of shield helicarrier sized blimp that you can live on and have all this stuff. Yeah. That doesn't make you airsick or fall out of the sky if there's a storm and never has to land. I think that's hurdle the first.
We'll just go above the storm. Also, I'm gonna have a nice round bed that I can sleep in. It's a king size round bed. And if there's a storm, I'll just go sleep. I'll have a balcony, too. It'll be nice. And heaters. Lots of heaters. You don't even know what I'm thinking about. It's off the hook, man.
I spent many years living on Grand Manan, the Bay of Fundy, with the literal highest tides on Earth. And if you wanted to go to Tim Hortons, you had to go an hour and a half on the Grand Manan 5. And you've never been seasick unless you've taken the ferry from Grand Manan to St. John in a storm. It was a very distinct thing where we'd bring a game of Uno and we'd play it till we all stopped throwing up. And I actually can't look at an Uno deck without getting sick and smelling vomit.
Oh my god.
And it's not that you wouldn't sleep through the storm. This is what I'm driving at, Matt. It's not that you wouldn't sleep through the storm. I can't tell you of how little substance is that sleep.
Okay, first of all, you're forgetting one major thing. My crocodile blimp pilot.
Right, he's an Egyptian deity.
I think maybe I'm gonna be okay. All right? Like, yeah, if I had a normal human piloting my blimp, sure. Okay? Even if I had, like, I don't know, a ghost or a dog man doing it, sure, I'll give you that. But this crocodile guy, he's the best there is.
Yeah.
Nobody's beating him. I can make noodles on board if I wanted.
He's the Egyptian god Sobek.
Yep, it's Sobek. Yep. God of blimps.
I like this a lot. I've got my idea, but can I just close my window because there's kind of like a thunderstorm out, and sometimes I see like a bit of a rumble on my Audacity. So,
I don't think you need our permission to do
oh,
that.
because I want to share like my vision about what my ghost hunting show would be. But it's
Oh, you just need a second before you
fuck
bet.
yeah.
I'll be right
Ready
back.
for
1
it.
second. You probably can see me still hear me. I just need to close this window. There we go.
By the way, I need
All right,
to.
1 second. I
need
still
to tell
cannot
you.
hear anything. I'll be
okay.
back real soon.
I guess your pilot could be Amit.
Okay.
Because Amit, like, eats the souls that don't pass judgment. And so he's, like, getting the souls. Like, that's, like, all the souls that escape judgment. That's why he's your pilot. Because he's got to get those souls.
Well. So Sobek is the god of crocodiles, the Nile, and military prowess. That's what I need. That's what I need.
He's nothing
Right?
to do with ghosts. He's an unrelated Egyptian god.
He's got nothing to do with the ghost. He's got everything to do with that blimp.
Yeah, and
And-
Amit is quadrupedal, no opposable thumbs.
He can be there
no,
too.
No,
I don't care
No
if he's
piloting blimps. Amit is just like Sobek's dog.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Like, what a badass team. I have a whole team too, by the way. Also,
Oh yeah, no.
yeah, I think I just like I need to tell you guys, I don't even really like flying, but I'd be doing it all the time if I had a blimp with Sobek at the wheel.
Yeah.
God.
Hate flying.
Anyway.
Hate it. I want to stay home, and
Me too.
that's my ultimate dream is just to like do basically what I'm doing, just stay home and sit on my computer. But what I would do as a ghost hunter is I would just hire people off a TaskRabbit or whatever it's called to wear like a body cam, and then like if I need to explore a particular place, I could just hire someone local, make them wear a body cam, and do the investigation that way. And so if something bad happened to them, it's kind of low stakes. Make them sign a bunch
Yeah.
of waivers.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You go
You're
to
just sending in TaskRabbits to their doom.
Well,
Yeah,
hopefully
you
not
go
their
to a-
doom, but.
you'd create a site called FodderNet, and everybody would go in there, and yeah, you could sign up.
They could
to
stream
become
live. We
fodder.
could stream them live too.
Oh yeah,
Ghostfood.net.
ghost food.
That's my plan. And so yeah, whatever research.
You're like an Uber Eats, but for the ghosts.
Well, I mean that's not how I would see it. Maybe that's how the ghosts would see it. But it's more like a way for me to do the research without leaving my desk.
That's how everybody but you
Yes.
would see it.
And the people watching the
It's
live
very
Twitch stream and everything. Yeah.
It's very important you don't see it like that. In fact,
Yeah, that's like that one internet meme about it. It just sounds to me like you're just feeding cats to coyotes.
Yeah, basically. There'd be a drone too, so we could have like another alternate camera shots and things and have it be real nice. And then people would watch and I would get lots of ad revenue. And then sometimes I might, solve a ghost problem.
yeah.
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 My ideal ghost hunting show is not one. It's not a fictional world where ghosts are real. What I would want to do with a ghost hunting show is go to places with respect for the history of those places and the things that are alleged to have happened there, and to go in with, respect and compassion for the entities that are alleged to inhabit there. But with things like, this is a ghost hunting device, and this is why it's pseudoscience. This is how it works, right? Like, this thing responds to electromagnetic waves, and there's no reason to think that's anything to do with the ghost. It would be very
And then,
like
yeah, and then like the whole time you're doing this, like you're like debunking paranormal stuff every week, but there's this fucking Pokemon thing is haunting you. Every single, just
there's a Slimer. There's a full Slimer following me around.
but it also like it's your Pokemon Blue thing that just it's that unexplained thing in your past that drives you to do this.
Well, it's never like skepticism is not me saying I can explain everything.
No.
It's only that a lot of ghost mythos is sort of like it's kind of like dark tourism meets like pseudoscience and stuff like that. So I'd be like, and a lot of people when they approach it, it's with a certain type of irreverence and cynicism where it's like disregarding people's beliefs. And I wouldn't want to approach it that way. I'd want to approach it with like this is why I don't think this device is like feedback means anything. This is why I think this is pseudoscience. Or like, but like, I think that most people's spiritual beliefs, if you evaluate them, don't require you to believe in anything that is impossible and are not as anti-intellectual as they are sold. Because like, anti-intellectualism is rarely innocent, but I don't think it actually has that much of a place in most people's spiritual beliefs. And that wouldn't make any of the places I visited less cool or interesting, or any of the people that I met less cool or interesting. And I think you could go in with skepticism and still have an interesting experience there.
Yeah. Yeah, fair. That does sound like your ideal situation. So yeah. Everybody's got their ideal paranormal thing.
I love the TaskRabbit thing. I love Matt's sort of steampunk Zeppelin pirate international Doctor Strange Van Helsing situation. That's great. I also love Julia just sending dozens of TaskRabbits to get absolutely shredded by ghosts.
Yeah, me too.
That's not the goal.
I think you'd have a problem. I think you'd have a problem where you're creating a lot of ghosts. There's a lot of ghosts being created.
It's a positive feedback loop.
There's gonna have to be a bit in like
more ghosts means more work, means more TaskRabbits going to fight ghosts.
There's got to be a twist in like the third act of your story where it's the ghosts of all the TaskRabbits, and you have to face them somehow.
Let's investigate the case of the dead TaskRabbits of the previous shooting location. Yeah, I can see that happening. But maybe we can fix
my
it.
My blimp would have a lightning gun on the bottom, a giant one that can take down kaiju. But have fun on your computer.
Yeah.
A Godzilla killing gun on the bottom of the blimp.
No, I'll have like millions of Twitch viewers.
You're gonna be
I'll be rich.
set. You'll be safe.
I'll be safe until the ghosts overwhelm me. But
yes. Yeah.
Man, honestly, Matt, the only thing I don't like about your plan is the blimp. The blimp seems like such a bummer to me.
The blimp is so important to keep it to balance it out.
Because you don't have borders if you've got a blimp.
Yeah, the blimp is so important. It needs to be a little bit of a bummer like that. Otherwise, like, I think in an ideal, it needs to ground my premise.
Yeah, it's your Justice League watchtower.
Yeah, and there's no vehicle, and maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe you guys can correct me here, but I don't think there's a cooler vehicle to fight the paranormal in than a blimp. A dirigible.
That just reminds me, like, wasn't at some point like the Justice League headquarters like up in space, like literally up in space?
Yeah, they had a space station.
And it's just like, why?
The watchtower.
Why did you like do that? Like, there's no point.
Because Batman, I think, didn't Batman build it?
Space.
Oh, there are threats from space? You didn't have to be in space to do that, to meet. You could just have a co-working space.
It's easier. It's co-working. Oh, they can they can also like just teleport to Earth. Like, it was not a big deal.
So yeah.
Like, but also, if they were out in space, because they could do, if somebody came to fight them at their place, less people would be in danger.
That's the only defense I can make for the watchtower, which I agree is a dumb premise. But there were moments when the watchtower got blown up and the Earth didn't, which is maybe the point if you put all the superheroes there.
Fair, but
I think that's the point.
Okay, I get it, because like Superman can easily get up there, that's no problem. But like I know Batman is also very, very rich, but like each time you go into space, it costs a lot of money. But I know it doesn't matter. Yeah, but it just
you're burning all that fuel.
It's ridiculous.
For sure.
Well, not for Superman.
Not for Superman. Like, those guys are fine.
Batman's figured out all kinds of stuff.
And you figure
he's teleporting in there.
He's got they made a space station. It's just like that's the same question everyone always asks about comic books and stuff. It's like, if you can make a space station in space, like, you could probably use that same amount of money to solve a bunch. You could at least make a space elevator for everybody else to
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or like if a shield helicarrier could exist, the world would just be a very different place.
it keeps Earth safer by having, if there's somebody comes to fight them,
that makes sense.
you don't have to do it. And two, I think it's really important for the heroes to be able to look on the planet that they're protecting as a whole. Like, imagine, like psychologically, I think that's an important thing. If you can look down on Earth and go, yeah, shit, this is a big responsibility. I need to do this. I think psychologically that's good for them. I think that's good for a hero. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
This is also like the Watchtower stems from comics that are like so many years ahead of Earth's first trillionaire and and him competing with the other shitty billionaires to fire dick rockets into space, right? Like the comic, the Watchtower in comics predates that, where it's just somebody thought it would be neat because all the superheroes are having a team, and where do they all live? And it's like a space station's kind of international in a way.
It's
like
far
Matt's
for everybody. It's not central.
That's important, actually, I think. Yeah, like, you need somewhere that's not centrally located and is not connected to a government. I think that's also politically important. I agree. Didn't even think of that. Thank you, Alex.
It's fast. The Watchtower is faster to a lot of places getting there. Getting back, it's so outrageously.
Again, they're just teleporting. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Batman doesn't have to get into his space plane. It's not the 70s. He's just
the doctor from Doctor Who really has this figured out, right?
Yeah.
His base of operations is big and small and stationary and mobile all at the same time. It's truly that's the dream base of operations is the TARDIS.
That's true. That's what I'm going to model my blimp after.
Except it's big on the inside and big on the outside.
Yeah.
It's big on the inside and slightly bigger on the outside because of, thermodynamics and shit.
Look, when that blimp comes tearing through the clouds, vampires are going to go, fuck, man.
Yeah. Well, it's Vampire Godzilla. That's why you need the kaiju gun.
How fast
Loaded up
can
with
blimps
garlic
go?
and holy water.
I'm going to look that up right now. How fast?
That's a good point.
Blimps.
That's a good point.
Well,
Not
Matt's blimp is
very.
piloted by an Egyptian god and has a never-ending sandstorm raging. in
Oh,
its
okay,
heart.
that is
How
true.
it keeps moving.
Right.
I think probably the blimp could probably teleport too.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. I'll stop looking.
It's just at that point it doesn't need to
It
be a
has
blimp.
lightning
The blimp
gun
is
that can defeat kaiju.
the blimp is
obviously.
meaningless if you could just teleport a building-sized object around. It can just be a building.
Yeah, but
You can be on the ground and never be airsick. If the cops come, you just teleport the whole building.
yeah, but it's not as cool.
It's true. Basically, at this point, this is the Black Castle from Krull.
Oh,
Why is it a blimp? Why doesn't it just float with ancient Egyptian magic and
well,
just?
It can. It's just like for getting somewhere fast, you got to teleport, and then you run in, then you flow in, right?
Why is it not just a flying castle that is immune to wind rather than a blimp?
I don't think that's as cool. I don't like that.
It's not grounded enough.
I
A
think
teleporting shield helicarrier sized blimp is more grounded. You need the big stupid balloon or people won't believe that this is a real magic blimp flown by an Egyptian god.
it's really important, I think. Yeah. I see what you're saying about the castle, and I think you make some good points. But I just don't think it's cool enough, and I also think that, I want the mobility.
Does Sobek have a modern pilot's cap, or does he have an old school, flying helmet with the goggles and straps?
It's a hybrid.
Good to know. But it's got the crown that he's depicted wearing on top of it.
Correct. It's all three of those hats in one. It's beautiful.
So he's got the leather flying cap with the goggles, and perched on top of that is a modern pilot's cap, right?
Yeah.
And then on the front of that is sort of the crown with the snakes and whatnot that he's depicted wearing.
Yeah. I owe so much to him. Like, he's a really good pilot, but he also owes me. So that's why we have this really like interesting relationship, because he was one of the first beings I saved in my quests.
You're fighting a ghost. You've got a magic khopesh in one hand and a gun in the other, and you're using magic karate and spells, and you've got your sort of Curse of the Black Pearl ghost army behind you, and then it's not looking so good, you know. Vampire Godzilla's really tearing up the city, and you're too busy fighting all the regular Draclias, and the radio comes in, and it's like, you know, don't worry, buddy, help's on the way. And then a city-sized blimp comes in and just absolutely ices Vampire Godzilla with a kaiju killing gun mounted onto the bottom, completely making the rest of this combat meaningless. Just absolutely.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's cool. And then I raise my sword above my head and go, yeah! And all the ghosts go, yeah, we're free!
Yeah, and then the good ghosts clash with the bad ghosts in a really, really expensive sort of VFX scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my ideal.
That's your ideal ghost hunting scenario.
That's my ideal ghost hunting scenario. But you know, I like the other ones too. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. I like them. Yeah. So there you go. Good question. And Luke, you already said your ideal one is the video game one. So
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. You guys are also invited on the blimp if you want to come. I'll understand if you don't. But
I'll go on your blimp for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like even though magically one can't get airsick, I do feel that I would, at least psychosomatically.
Yeah. That'd be played for laughs.
For sure. I'd be walking along, and like Sobek would give me a nod, and I'd see on the table in front of him that there's a deck of Uno cards, and I'd just run to the bathroom and get sick.
Oh,
beautiful. Gorgeous. I really want to make this happen in real life now. That's good. I don't know.
I feel like yours is harder to realize in reality than the rest of them.
Even to get to step 0 of Matt's plan is hard.
I feel like it's such a good way to say.
To get to step -1 of Matt's plan is hard, right? Like that's.
Look, we all start small, right? Like I start off finding a magical
with
artifact. If I can find a coat and a magical artifact, that's all I need to start with. And
you have to find your magic khopesh that lets you command Sobek.
Yep.
That's the start.
Yeah, he gives it to me. It was earned.
Yeah, you have to earn that. Your magic khopesh that lets you command Sobek.
Don't worry, I have a whole.
You earn it by sort of freeing him from the curse that lets the khopesh command him.
Yeah. And then I do have to come home occasionally to be a dad.
To do dad stuff, for sure. To just real quick knock out all the parts of being a dad and a husband, and then back off to the sky to fight sky ghosts.
And it just every time I'm home, my wife is like, please don't go back on the blimp. And I'm like, you guys are more than welcome to come. It's a dangerous life, but the kids have got to learn.
The blimp is so much safer than this ground house. This ground house is subject to fickle human laws, where my only allegiance is to the sky, honey. You don't understand.
You don't get it. And yes, I have made several demons. I have trapped them here.
I was just assuming that your family was on the blimp.
She won't go.
In this fantasy, his family's not into it at all.
I'm trying. It's a stumbling block for me personally.
Oh, that's your conflict.
That's one of my conflicts. Yeah,
it's your character's only struggle.
Eventually, they'll come on board. Yeah. Don't worry.
They come on board, and a demon says something rude.
Jewish.
Like a demon says something rude because he's thousands of years old and has no idea what politeness is, and your family gets offended and leaves, and you're like, God damn it. God damn it, Raphael the Devourer. I've talked to you about this.
You had one job. Protect the house. Protected I did. Well, fucking insulted everyone. All right, next question. Speakeasy Password. Knestions to Gabriel Knight and Glory. Hey. Another one from Midras. Puzzle to story ratio in an adventure game? Recently, I've been playing Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy text adventure, where you die if you take a towel, or the game won't progress until you Rube Goldberg a babblefish into your ear by solving 7 puzzles in a row. How many non-story related puzzles will you put up with in an adventure game before quitting?
Non-story related?
Depends on how much the puzzles suck.
The quality of the puzzles makes a big difference, doesn't it?
It really does.
If the puzzle's fun, it can be kind of incidental.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also,
I mean, like, there are a lot of adventure games out there that I love that are basically just a series of weird nonsense, non sequitur puzzles.
Yeah.
And then there are games that are entirely puzzle light and only narrative that I enjoy as well.
Yeah.
You know? That it's the combination of the quality of the puzzles and the narrative being told. And if the puzzles work as like a vehicle for the narrative, that's great. That's fantastic. That's really what you want.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think that does make a big difference, is the quality. Yeah. If you're having fun, who cares? And I think, you know, in a lot of cases when you're doing a puzzle, you don't have the insight of knowing whether or not it's story related or not until later.
In some questions, in some instances, but I mean, like a well designed puzzle is going to be one, intuitive. Like the game should have told you that you need to do this thing. Whether it's like, you know, here is a very simple issue with a fairly obvious solution, or, you know, you have to think laterally to accomplish something. But like also many things can be forgiven if the solution itself either feels clever, makes you feel clever, or is funny enough to justify it. Like a good example for me, a puzzle that I struggled with hard when I first played, Curse of Monkey Island, the third game in the Monkey Island series. You have to get a map to Blood Island before you can leave the first island of the game. And the map to Blood Island is tattooed on the back of this talent agent called Palido Domingo. And the dude is trying to get a tan on the beach, right? So you gotta, one, get him to turn over because he just will not tan. And two, you gotta get a tattoo off of his back. And ultimately what you need to do is to pour cooking oil on his back that then crispifies and turns into a map that you can just peel off of his back. And it's so awful and it's so gross. And they lampshade it multiple times beyond after that point. So it's like funny in retrospect, but like getting to that point, understanding one, that like first idea is you have to convince him that he is getting a sunburn. And you do so by first getting a mug with the bottom missing, and then getting a pitcher full of red dye, and then replacing the mug that he currently has with the mug that has no bottom, and then pouring the red dye by convincing him that you're refilling his drink, that you're a cabana boy, basically. And then like he's like, and then telling him, oh, I think you're getting a sunburn. So he flips over, and then you got to figure out, how do I get this map off of his back? And I can't just transcribe it, which I figured that's what I needed to do. But
you have to teriyaki it off of his back.
Yeah, exactly. And like no amount of like I wasn't doing casually as a high school student when I first played the game. Like just click everything in my inventory on every character that we've been doing in like Gabriel Knight. In that case, I was like just trying to figure out the puzzle and only doing the interactions that made some kind of sense to me. And that was not one of them. Pouring cooking oil on a dude?
Just sear a tattoo off of his back.
Yeah. So like the series of things you have to do to get this map all require a lot of lateral thinking. Right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it was funny. I don't know that I felt particularly clever, but I get the logic retroactively after I, finally solved the puzzle.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I was willing to live with the absolute nonsense of that puzzle chain because it was well made and funny.
There's something to be said sometimes when games do play with things that you don't normally enjoy or make choices that don't work out or whatever, right? Like sometimes the things that challenged you in a game or those times when the game did those things that are normally your pet peeves, you don't want to tiptoe around those too much when you're making a game. Sometimes you just have to make a bold choice, and not everyone is going to get it, and there is a charm to those.
Mm-hmm. I think also, and I railed on this last time, but like there's a lot of adventure games that like will start the game with a locked room puzzle, right? This is just me repeating myself basically, but like in many cases it's long before they've even introduced you to the plot of the game, and like it does nothing, it contributes nothing to the plot aside from, okay, you've just entered the game, you can't leave until you figure this puzzle out, you can't experience the rest of the game, we're not even going to tell you the story of the game, you just have to do this arbitrary puzzle before we unlock the rest of the game for you to play. And I mean, there's ways to do that are interesting, and there are ways to do that is not even slightly interesting. And unfortunately, a lot of locked room puzzle games are like the latter, where it's like the first thing that you do is literally just, okay, you got to find a key, or you've got to find a key analog in order to exit this place. Yeah.
The one of my favorite web comics was a comic called Problem Sleuth. And Problem Sleuth was inspired by text adventure games in that he was a little stickman detective in his office, and a little text prompt was the main thing, and the community, people reading it, would all type in what they wanted him to do, and then the author would look at what they typed and think, what does he do based on what everyone suggested that he does? There's several things that I love about Problem Sleuth. Problem Sleuth never the fuck gets out of his office because he's locked in his office is the puzzle. But Problem Sleuth cannot escape. But the adventure's really interesting because like just because he can't get out of his office doesn't mean he can't learn astral projection or achieve enlightenment to ascend to be a higher version of himself that can influence events in other realms of being. And so the game gets more and more complicated until it's a sprawling fantasy RPG, which the helpless reader can only interact with by being one of thousands of voices contributing the command to do next and hoping that the author will listen. So it's a very exciting adventure. One of its other main conceits was there's a key in his office, and by degrees, the viewers manage to try the key on the door and it doesn't work. And it just kind of remains in Problem Sleuth's inventory. But the thing about it is that the key is also his gun. They're the same object. And when you try to interact with the key as a key, the next panel is Problem Sleuth shooting whatever you tried to unlock. And whenever you try to interact with his gun as a gun, the next panel is him attempting to carefully unlock an antagonist by prodding him with the key. And it's never explained why that is the case. And you can never trust whether the key will be a gun or a key at any given time. But yeah, it's my favorite example of a locked room puzzle because I think it takes something like 5,000 chapters of this thing before he escapes his office. It's the last panel. It's him walking out the door.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean that has its own like. In that case, like the locked room puzzle is the plot, and in so doing makes it interesting. You know,
there's a bit where he and all the other protagonists are essentially fighting God on like this incredible plane of existence, and they win, and it's fine. And then it cuts back to each of them still trapped in their respective offices because the main protagonists are 3 different detectives trapped in 3 different offices. And it goes back to them still in their offices. I'm like, oh yeah, they're all still locked in their offices. They never escaped.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, this looks amazing. I've been like, clicking through it a little bit. It is, kind of amazing.
Yeah, I searched it. I have it open to check out after we're done recording tonight.
Very cool.
But I mean, like, also the draw of that sounds to me like, you know, people really curious about, well, one, the sort of crowdsourced problem solving gimmick, and also like how is the, you know, monkey's paw of the author's sort of agency in this going to react to the suggestions made. And I mean, that's fantastic. That's one of the reasons why I enjoy the collaborative process of like pitching and showing the work in progress that I'm doing on this adventure game that I'm working on with the rest of the NPCs, because like they will make suggestions of things that I hadn't thought of, or make fairly benign suggestions that I then have a crazy idea to run with. You know, that's like tabletop role playing and stuff like this is kind of like that as well. Where you get sort of like you get that yes and feedback loop that makes it much more interesting ultimately, that you don't get when you're doing something entirely solo.
Yeah. Very cool. So like 4 is the most amount of puzzles non-spoilers, right? Like that's what we can all agree, right? That's about it. 4.
Tough question to answer. A couple.
It is.
If they made a habit of it, it would be get to be a problem.
It depends on the quality of the puzzles, really.
Yeah.
Is the
very much depends on the quality of the puzzle. Oh, I mean, ultimately, every adventure game is just a series of puzzles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Even if that puzzle is where do I go now, or you know, that could just be the case. Because I just played something recently called 30 Flights of Loving by Blendo Games.
I've heard of it.
And yeah, it's like I think it's still on sale right now. I don't know. It's like on sale for like $2.50 or less or something. And it's very, very short.
Oh.
And it has no puzzles really to speak of besides like you have to kind of like walk in these environments and kind of hit certain flags that are going to push you to the next scene and everything. And I enjoyed it quite a bit, even though it had, you know, almost nothing super in the way of puzzles besides like where do I have to kind of go next. And even that, you know, if there's a fork in the road where you have to go left or right and you go right and he actually wanted you to go left, he just kind of treats it like you went left anyway. And it's just a nice cool experience. And so I don't know, for me, I'm not super into having tons of puzzles like stuffed into a game. And like for the Crimson Diamond design, I didn't try to like make more puzzles if I felt they weren't enough. I was more like thinking what would be a natural obstacle that, you know, this character or the the player's going to have to overcome to get to the next part of the story. That's kind of how I thought about it. I didn't think about it like I'm making an adventure game. I need to have puzzles, but I mean, of course, that did.
Yeah,
you weren't trying to force lateral thinking. You were just basically going like, just keep on playing this, use your head, and you'll make it.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, and if not, then hint book that comes with the game, But, yeah,
that makes sense.
I don't remember when we did our playthrough of Crimson Diamond, and to be fair, you were there with us. So it was a slightly different experience than the vast majority of everyone else that has or will play the game. But I don't remember it being particularly like challenging from a puzzle perspective, I think it was more, you were telling a story, and as long as you were being reasonably thoughtful about what you needed to do, you could make your way through it.
That was the hope. Yeah, that was kind of the hope that I had when I was making it, for sure.
And there was missable
stuff.
Yeah,
tons.
Certainly.
Tons of missable stuff.
Yeah. And you would point out stuff that we could have potentially missed. But I think that was not even necessarily like, you just can't move forward until you think of this thing. It's like, okay, you missed this, so there is a critical detail that you won't be able to respond with at the end.
Yeah. There's hopefully like a fairly clear progression path. Like there are a couple places people tend to get stuck in, but for the most part, no one really complained that it was too hard, which I was very relieved about, considering it's a text parser game, which is going to be hard. Anyway.
Yeah.
I just had.
I guess you.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just saying, of all of the text to parser adventure games, like, you added a ton of quality of life. There was no point in which, like, I think the classic criticism of the text parser adventure game is guess the verb.
Yeah.
Right?
Crimson Diamond didn't really do that.
Yeah. Except for your obstinate refusal of allowing use.
Yep. I stand by that for sure.
Sure. Yeah, and you're welcome to do so. Although, there are some cases where it's like, okay, but use is like a very reasonable thing to say here. But and you sort of insisted on the player like providing a different.
To me,
verb.
it's like the equivalent of having like a one-click type of user interface for an adventure game, where it's like, like obviously with Gabriel Knight, we feel like there are a few too many action cursors to cycle through. But if you just had like one action cursor at all, and you click with that, and there's no real choice and distinction, it kind of does. I think it kind of does take away some of the feeling of I'm in control and I'm doing stuff.
That's fair.
You could get cerebral with it, where you type use painting and the painting goes gray. It's used.
You consumed it.
I was going to say I had an idea for a text parser adventure game where the point is that the verbs are obscure, that is the puzzle. So it's not knowing what you need to do, it's figuring out what the game means by that. It could work one of two ways, one of which you can use any command, but only once. So open door works fine the first time, but then the second time, it's like clear portal. Like already you're in trouble and you've got a whole game to do and you can never use open or door again because they're consumed. Another one that I was thinking...
It's a very different genre of game.
It's a very different puzzle because you're rationing your own vocabulary. But you could make it a more static puzzle game if there was only one command for each thing, and they got increasingly obscure. So you're just trying to figure out what incantation will get you to the next scene. So you have a game that like people play and get frustrated and give up, and then months later someone's like, I did it. The last command was, depart premises. And that's how you get out of the cellar and you don't die in the fire.
It actually reminds me of when you look at certain architectural details, and it wouldn't just be for that type of detail, but any type of detail. Like there tends to be like specific terms for everything. Like for instance, if you look, there's these two pillars in the bookstore here in Gabriel Knight, and there's like a base part of that pillar, And there's a name for that, obviously. And there's probably even a name for the bottom rim part, and the top rim part probably has a different name. And I don't know those names, but they probably have specific nouns that you can refer to them by. And you could have a really complicated, frustrating game where you can just have people need to specify specifically parts like that.
The vampire in the window here, our creeper Dracula looking in at us is peering at us between the transoms and the mullions.
Exactly, that type of thing.
I think the transoms are horizontal and the mullions are vertical.
Where it'd be like, well, look at window. You'd be like, well, what part of the window do you want to look at? You know, you'd be like, look at mullions. You know what I mean? Something awful. The people would hate that game.
I was helping the architect who made the Doyle building render some of the Doyle is a building on Doyle Block here in town. Helping the architect who was originally designing the place, and the building had a 3D file that had to be modified so we could do a visualization for it. And my computer couldn't open it because there were too many mullions. Each mullion was a separate cube,
Ooh.
which the architectural renderer could do, but no game production software could. So we tried all sorts of things, like how can we interact with this file and define mathematically what a mullion is, what a mullion is like in the raw abstract sense, and convince this computer to delete all of those blindly before opening the file.
God.
These were the problems that I had to solve at that job.
Wow.
Yeah. Well. Puzzles. Am I right, guys? Life is a puzzle. And, I think we've come to the end of this life puzzle.
Oh.
Yeah. This
Time
puzzle
to
that is
die.
our
Time
lives.
to die.
Oh.
I'm just going to close my eyes, and then
Tears in rain.
there's going to be an imperfect crossfade to me as an old man.
Where you've moved just a little.
I've moved just
You're
a little.
not
The
the same
lighting's
position.
not perfect, and it is clearly me in old man makeup.
Yeah. That's great. I love that. All right, everybody, stick around for the next week's situation. Thanks for all your questions.
Thank you, everybody, for providing your questions for Glory, your Knestions for Gabriel Knight.
Who gets the question for Glory this week? The PDR?
Oh, do we just have a weekly one? Like we're not rashing them out only for ones that really make us think?
I mean, I love that paranormal investigator one, but I also love both of Idris's rectum and puzzle game thing. But you know me.
Yeah.
Good old rectum puzzles.
Puzzles
I
of the
think the
flesh.
ghost hunting conversation was a real winner with the blimp, with the Egyptian deity pilot.
Fortnightly winner of the question for Glory then is the
PDR.
Ghost Hunter.
State Farm is there.
State Farm is there. Oh.
I would love to add the State Farm is there thing to just our soundboard that I don't even know if we have.
I have a soundboard after a fashion. I have hotkeys that play all of these clips and stuff like that. So
We should get the Gabriel Knight State Farm is there.
Eventually, I will justify to myself the price of getting a Stream Deck. But until then, it's just Alt and Numpad. It's like Alt, like slash is the Dancing Guys, for example, and Alt 2 is the long version of Speakeasy Password.
Right.
Remember, kids, when you're walking along the beach and you look back at your footprints and see a second set of footprints, it's because State Farm was there.
State Farm is always just a little bit behind you.
So if we were going to add State Farm is there to the soundboard, would it be the Gabriel Knight State Farm is there, or should I go find the actual State Farm is there?
Oh.
Well, I'm worried now that it's not going to sound exactly like it, and I'm going to be sad that it doesn't sound
You're
exactly.
disappointed that we've been
I
saying
think I want the Gabriel Knight
Yeah.
State Farm is there.
Same. Yeah. This episode is not sponsored by State Farm.
No.
No. None of our episodes have been sponsored by anyone.
And
Ever.
yeah.
We've not had a single sponsorship deal in 1,500 episodes.
What's the number State Farm's got to send us for us to sell out?
Not much, probably.
Well, it's a fucking insurance company, you know?
Yeah, they're not great. So they've got to cough up. They have money. They want us to do an ad for them for State Farm. What's the number?
Like, it's not a health insurance company, so it's slightly less evil, but
I'm not raising my eyebrows for less than a cool mil each.
Mm.
all right.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I'll take $1 million.
That's a hell of a payday for a sponsorship.
Which just
It's true.
it's selling out. But when
I'm
people
not
hear
sure
the story, it's
I'm not
like,
sure
yeah, it was
that they are
$4 million.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, in this economy, no one is going to blame us.
Let me know, guys, if State Farm does do health insurance. I thought they were just vehicle and home and property and shit like that.
Well, if you're being attacked by a werewolf, State Farm will show up with a sword and kill that werewolf. State Farm is there in every capacity.
Yeah. Remember that. We love you so goddamn much. And we would never, ever grab you by the arms and tell you that we can't stop thinking of you. Fucking Gabriel. What a piece of trash.
That made me so uncomfortable.
We don't feel a compulsion to restrain people when we're talking to them.
No. Yeah. It's very 80s, 90s.
Like, Larry never put his hands on anyone like that, did he?
Oh, God, no. No. Not like...
Yeah, he was not... Like, he was a pest, but he was not, like, physically aggressive with people at all.
Yeah. Thanks, Gabriel.
Yeah, well, he's setting a low bar, so when we eventually get to Larry, we'll be like, at least he's not Gabriel Knight.
Yeah.
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 At least he's not Gabriel Knight.
At least he's not. Wow. At least he's not a fucking ape man like Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong. Yeah. All right, killers. We'll see you next week. Maybe not. Maybe we will. Summer's a weird time, you know, because things are going on, and this time next week when we record, it'll be the 2nd of July.
Oh, jeez. That's nuts.
Yeah.
I know you guys are refusing to say stick and stay to spite me, but some things are sacred.
I was planning on saying it. We're not done yet.
I always follow Luke's lead.
Yeah.
If he goes off the rails, I'm going with him. If he stays on the rails, I still might go off the rails. But
I appreciate your if your friends jumped off a bridge approach to this whole relationship.
Hundo P, buddy. Anytime. Yeah.
You know I'm not, so I'm glad someone is.
When the giant hand tweezes the human queen to put it in a cardboard box, it'll weirdly find Matt already in there. What's this box all about? What's going on here?
I'm in.
I climbed up your pant leg, giant alien.
I flew my fucking blimp in here, and now you're fucked. Get ready, alien.
I parachuted in from my blimp, and I cut the parachute cords with my magical Kopesh, and I'm here to rescue the queen of humanity.
Yep. Oh, look behind you, because fucking Sobek has his fucking kaiju gun aimed at you.
And the moon-sized alien falls on the planet, destroying it completely.
I'd figure it out. I'd figure it out.
Yep.
There's a way to do it.
Whereas
there's always a way.
I would ask, do I get to bring my laptop and my chair and my desk? And if they said no, I'd be like, I'm fine for as long as this lasts. See you later.
Hey guys, before we leave, just make sure you go down below into the comments section and write what your ideal situation is for being a ghost fighter paranormal investigator.
What's your role on Matt's crew? What do you do? What do you contribute on Matt's ghost hunting space adventure?
Barge. Sky barge.
On my sky barge. And if you got a better idea than that, Frankly, I'd like to hear it because I think that'd be
Man,
awesome.
I promise no one has.
No.
I promise no one.
There's
has a
no
better
such
idea
thing.
than that. That's the best idea anyone's ever had.
Well, I appreciate it. I don't know though. I think let me know, guys. And hey, if you want to see a movie or a TV show that has a guy like me doing that, let me know using your words. Thanks, everyone. We'll catch you later. Have a good week time.
Have a week time.
Stick and stay, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Stick and stay.
Stick and stay, everybody.
Stick and stay.
Thank you for indulging me, Luke.
It's all good.
Stick and stay, guys. We're really, really into you. Catch you next week. Bye.
Bye. Love you. Bye.